Let's talk Women Talk.
Hi, I'm Sher-Li. In the last few episodes, I've shared some information about the job search process, in particular the mindset that you need to have, the resume that you need to prepare, as well as the interview questions that you might potentially face. Of all these different processes, one of the most important one is actually networking, which I'm going to talk a little bit more about today. Networking is very scary for a lot of people, and it's even scarier for people who have been away for a long time. But I think it's a necessary step. So one of the things to be prepared in order to network fairly successfully is to put on what I call your career hat. I'm going for a networking event. If I'm going to meet new people for the first time, I'm going to make a conscious effort to remember that, hey, I am rejoining the workforce. I am going to be a career person again. For example, when you want to meet up with ex-colleagues, you invite them out for lunch during the office hours and say, hey, I'll meet you at the Central Business District, dress the part, dress like you're already an office worker, and go and meet them up. And in a way, it kind of sets the tone for yourself to introduce yourself as an employee again. It's the same thing with going to career fairs or going to places to learn about jobs, for example. You don't always have to say that I have to go to a recruitment fair to find a job or to network. You can look outside of your comfort zone. Networking is really an art, actually, because a lot of times we network with our own personal brand, our own identity. For someone who's not been working for a while, the natural tendency is to go backwards to the time before you were taking the career gap and talk a little bit about what you used to do and some of the achievements that you had during that period of time. Now, that's not a bad thing, but you run the risk, for example, of focusing on the past. To the employer, it may come across the wrong way, even in an interview or even in a networking situation, because what's going to happen is they see you as living in the past, and a lot of things have changed since then. So I think you really have to try to manage that and say that was what happened before, and it's all things that have accumulated. But during the period of time when I took a gap, some things changed as well. And going forward, what I think I can actually do potentially. The thing about networking is it's not so much about selling yourself, but it's about trying to make a connection with somebody. Networking also allows you, again, same thing, for you to show relevance, because if you're up to date, if you're mixing with people who are walking the talk, talking about what's current, chances are you will hear information that's useful that you can actually bring up during your interview. A common question I get asked for women who've stayed away for a long time is, where do I even start? Because the only people I mix with tend to be other parents or my old friends or old classmates. The thing is, the interesting thing I would say actually about people with a career gap is your only connections are start. Start off by telling the people around you that you are looking for a job. Do they know someone who knows someone else who may be able to tell you, provide you with some information or tell you of an opportunity, or even guide you to a possible recruiter. I've covered the areas of having the right mindset, and then I followed it up with resume writing and also with interview skills. And obviously, we've rounded up with networking. All these different elements are actually fundamental in the process of trying to start searching for a job to come back to work. But what happens is, if you want to go through all of them, you have to be prepared that it will take some time and it's a lot of effort. Bear in mind that there are a lot of people who are going through the same pathway, and there's actually a lot more support than you realize. It's about you really putting the effort in, shifting your mindset and realizing that a little bit more work is required, but you can actually do it.